Vivian, I read your note, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down will not be easy. Are you sure?
Please. It's only right that I return the favor. Or at least attempt to.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask, I spoke with Harpo. But perhaps...
If you say so.
Forgive, but this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today. Its importance cannot be overstated.
Pleasure it is to...
There's something I need to ask you. I've been charged with locating a book called From a Distance. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it she didn't like what you had to say.
And yet I gather it did naught to dissuade her. Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy, I fear she asks the impossible. The executors would not allow it.
The executors?
Coveters of secrets. A clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of forbidden texts and technologies. One such text being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling as it does the true history of the enslavement of bearers. A tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to become widely known. Or, so rumor has it. I've never actually read the thing, or even set eyes on it.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why? Secrecy is the executor's watchword. They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, inventions, or people, before disappearing again, leaving nary a trace.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the executors, yes.
But what drives them? Self-interest or ideology?
Fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the executors can be recounted in a single breath. You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identity.
My hunt was doomed from what was Vivian expecting?
Not from thin air, no. From ash. Rumors of the executors are rife, but rather less so. I had a friend. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell dark. And no doubt he too has turned. But if you were...
Very well. I'll be sure to pay Garnick.
I was wondering when next you'd visit. I have a few new notes that might interest you. There is a rather fascinating excerpt I've been meaning to show you. You wish to study the tomes?
Gimana si Garnick? Masih ada orang di situ.
Ambrosia. Don't get surrounded.
Luar kayak gini.
The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in?
Oke, masih di 24 lah ya. Bisa realistis. The Moogle.
His interests were certainly varied. This is a Royal Army logbook. Did he take this from the local barracks? This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Leaving so soon, stranger? We've been watching you. From a distance, so to speak.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions. Hand me the book. Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Your care? Do you mean to burn it or bury it?
That is not my decision to make. But by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
Rame.
Let's see, shall we?
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim the book yet.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity and avarice of mankind. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few by a giftless many. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull. So let me answer for you. There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no single, immutable explanation as to why they came to pass. It is a question of numbers and of belief. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason, that belief becomes the truth.
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from themselves, from knowledge that would bring them naught but pain. That is all. You may keep the book, for now. The world is small. We shall meet again. Until then.
Wait! Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. Perhaps she can explain what that was all about. Vivian, I found it. The book you lost.
You found it. Thank you, Clive. Even though I asked this of you, I was not entirely sure it would be possible. I feared the executors had seized every copy.
I met with one of these executors, and I convinced him to let me keep it. He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of collective belief. And that if enough people believe a lie, that lie becomes the truth.
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable. That it can be changed. Provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people that their perspective is the correct one. As the sad history of the bearers proves.
You said that the book inspired you to become a scholar.
It did. Or its author, rather. She was a heretic, you see. A firebrand and a dissenter. A gallows stood ready for her in every corner of the realm. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon a truth so potent that an entire realm trembled at the prospect of its utterance. I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world of men. A stranger to my own species. She taught me that my solitude was not a curse, but a gift. And that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one, what I found at my destination would be more than worth the cost.
Do you still feel that way? That you're not one of us?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Since coming to the hideaway, I find my thinking somewhat clouded. Perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather closer perspective than I had intended. But the more I study, the more I find value in this perspective. In looking not from the outside, but from within. So if you'll permit me, I'd like to continue my work here. Remember, Clive, give the men and women of this benighted world the gift of truth. Make them believe in you, as I do.
Okay. As you wish. Scholar bonet topi kan.
Sid, I will...
It depends what...
A bearer. but recently freed from his... As you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test...
I don't mind, but
Because he wants to be... Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions...
sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys'
One can never...
Truer words. I'll let the initiate know that and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
I feel like it's calling to me.
Cuma 3 sebelah kan. Tuh.
Sid,
By all means.
it's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter. And something else.
Pelatihnya lagi nih.
Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to...
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception. But we travel to and we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times.
Thank you, Sid. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very...
He was.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit Walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can.
As do I, Dora.
Dibalut lagi. Ini udah sih ini. Ada lagi nih tiknya. Ada dong ini.
Say what you will.
Ini ada makan lagi nih.
Pining for something, boy. What is it? What do you see out there? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's why. On the day he brought him home.
That long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
Sering
What was wrong, boy?
gigitin kakinya.
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young age. Doubly hard in being a frost wolf, torn away from his icons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want my iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he was looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you.
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you? You want me to go with you somewhere?
Quick, aren't you? Glad you've been paying attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Karen.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated.
Very good.
You've been a good friend to him.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you. Go on.
Where to then, Torgal?
Come on, let's go.
All right, Torgal. Where are you taking me? I'm going to need a little bit more than that, boy. Do you have a better hint for me? Unless... you've already given me one. Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the island in almost 20 years. To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
Wailing mercy. Garlic. Garlic. Port Isolde. Okay.
It's still here. After all these years. Well, lot smaller than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy.
Suruh renang.
I wasn't being serious. This place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you.
Rumah pohonnya.
Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal?
Kaget pohon. Itu flashback dong.
Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword.
Pedangnya.
Well, well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal. For never giving up. For never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either.
Ini telepon lagi tuh.
That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I'm coming. I think I know where we're going.
Rosarian.
People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go.
pedang pajangan ya. Kualitas dulu nih. Ada bos.
Fly, Ambrosia. This might take a while.
Kayak tadi.
No need to ride from here. Harlan's madness lives on. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Come on. Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dock. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by Akashic. I need to hurry. I can walk from here. There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet, but let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether's thickest there.
Then I'll search the upper level.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Better keep my eyes open for signs of life.
Tiba-tiba level up.
So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
Enak banget tuh makanya gini. Kuza apa sih monster tuh kamu?
Minimal loss of Waluda, even the Imperials.
Monster man.
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared. Nothing but Akashic down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
Monster kan? Kamu sini. Biar orang. Oh, sikit ni.
No lock downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents, and it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment. If we don't find any survivors, we've risked our lives for nothing. Take care. That creature might still be here somewhere.
Let's see what we can find down here.
Kayak suruh ketemu.
A survivor. And she sounds close.
Udah selamat ya.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. He must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? He wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Was that?
Monster master's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
Aduh, bahaya. Gila, ada 4 kambing.
Finished.
Ini exit pada pintu dari motor. Betul-betul bagus nih.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
Body base bunny.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris.
Aduh, capek gak nikah. Tepannya dia. Aku nak kambing. Harusnya sudah celok aja di belakang.
There's so much food in the hideaway. Sometimes, in my cell, my tummy rumbled so loud that Chadwick would sneak me some gruel from his bowl. I miss him. He would have liked this place.
Bocil penjara. Si semua The Masterless Marauder. Oh, deket kenapa?
Haida Marie has taken a liking to her new home. How her spirit survived Balmung Dark unbroken, I'll never know.
Satu member tidak ada di sini.
It's usually me making demands of Hippocrates. I wonder what this is about.
Hippocrates.
Lawsman Hippocrates.
Ah, yes.
You spoke of making amends with Dion.
Then I should begin by telling you that I was once his tutor. This was some years ago, of course, before I joined Sid in his hideaway. At that time, I was counted among the foremost scholars of Oriflamme, and was accordingly invited to the palace to supervise the young prince's education, all to ensure that the future emperor had a firm grounding in, well, everything an emperor should. History, religion, commerce, government. Alas, our time together was cut short when Dion left to join the Dragoons, his studies no longer being deemed necessary. I had not expected to meet with him again, least of all here.
Have you spoken with him?
No, His Highness always seems so preoccupied, not when I know he dwells upon the evil Ultima had him commit in the Dominion.
The guilt weighs heavily, but as you say, that was Ultima's doing. Surely you can't blame yourself.
When I first met him, it was not guilt, but his people's expectations that weighed heavily upon him, and I did nothing to ease that burden. He bore it alone, until the day he could not bear it any longer. It is one of my greatest regrets that I only ever offered him my wisdom, when what he truly needed was friendship. The blame for Dion's transgressions.
I see. I'm ready to help you in any...
Then I beg that you apothecaries across fabulists and fraud.
Well, it can't hurt to try. Where can I find this?
You have seen cultivated wyvern tails before, I trust. The lily-white blossoms from whose roots the poison... Well, there is a waterfall. Whether they still survive there, I know not.
It's all right.
Thank you, Clive.
Nyari kemana? Detail. Ay, ay, ay.
Another of the Royalist guard dogs. What a specimen it is, too. Toggle! Help me, boy! Fool! No match for you, eh, Toggle?
Stepnya lagi.
No use calling Ambrosia now.
Itu banyak dah bola.
Come on. Faster!
Ini sih bagus kan ya. Kalau ada blight-blightnya.
Seems this place has been flooded twice over. Purple flowers blooming next to a waterfall. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Over here! Nice charge. Here they are. Might as well pick enough for a bunch, I suppose.
Doang nih. Intro tracks.
Nazaire might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
Do you see anything you like? An excellent choice. You've a keen eye.
I'm nervous.
Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here. Your life is your own.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just like the man who saved my life.
Who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
I'm sure he'd be flattered. You clearly have good intentions, Ember.
So, what? Have I passed?
You haven't even started yet. Now listen. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it.
Ada buku tuh gitu.
Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, all without being discovered.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits. Right, I won't let you down.
Dia mati bro. Kebetulan.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me.
Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia.
These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not. Damn it.
Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run!
If you want him,
You'll have to go through me. To me, boy. Finished.
Biar kambing. Ember.
Ember, are you... Gone. Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is, then.
Nickel. Jangan bilang kapur kambing.
I didn't expect you back so soon. Where is Ember? How did he fare?
He must have fled. I followed him. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. I had to step in and take care of things. But by the time I had, he was nowhere to be seen.
I knew the boy had a nervous streak.
The right man for the job? I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Eh? How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you then, his heir. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. We'll await your evaluation back at the hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
This won't be an easy decision.
Aduh.
Neither did you. Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back.
Yes. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial.
So sampai turun
But from
kambing.
what I hear,
No.
Jawab apa ini?
Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey. But he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim. And is that not what we ask of our scouts?
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest appraisal, Sid. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
with a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember ears wouldn't do to waste.
Fine.
I'll do whatever. I'll spend my days and nights and I'll show you.
Sound, but his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
It couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
Things really do these days. But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid. Thank you.
Semua.
Oarsman, I found the flowers you were looking for.
You did?
I think I did.
Oh, nama buahnya naga. Ekor naga ini.
You did indeed. My dear boy, thank you.
You wanted to make Dion a gift of one, did you not? Shall I invite him to join us?
Oh, I don't...
It's no trouble. I'll go and fetch him. Your Highness.
No.
Our lawsman has something he'd like to give you.
Master Harpocrates, no. I dare not show my face, not after everything I have taken countless, all because I was weak. I have sworn to atone for my crimes or die in the attempt. But were I to meet with him again, and see in his eyes what I have become, I fear that my resolve might falter.
Then that is all the more reason to do it. Test your resolve. Prove to yourself, and to him, how strong it truly is.
You are right. I must. Very well, then.
Follow me.
Cutscene.
Even now, I hesitate to approach him. What must he think of me?
You'd be surprised.
Master Harpocrates, pray, accept my apologies for leaving your tutelage before my studies were complete. Your lessons opened my mind to a world quite unlike the one I had imagined from within the gilded confines of the palace. And I shall be forever grateful for the efforts you made to enlighten me.
Lift up your head, Your Highness. The deeds of youth require no apology. That you took the time to visit me says much about the man you have become. Now, there is something I would like to show you.
Is that a wyvern tail? The color is unfamiliar to me.
Because it is unique to those found in the wild. Something in the harsh environments in which they grow lends them this striking hue. Their roots are indistinguishable from those of their hothouse cousins, but once they bloom, the difference is immediately apparent. In this flower, I see you, Your Highness. Its roots were the roots of a wyvern tail, with all that implies. But they do not define it, just as yours do not define you. I want you to have it, that it might remind you of this truth.
Master Harpocrates, I would ask of you a service. Keep your gift until I have fulfilled my duty to the realm, for only then shall I be deserving of it.
As you wish, Your Highness. I shall await your return.
Our roots do not define us. No wonder my stepmother didn't like him. For reuniting me with memories I had thought long lost. I shall not forget this.
Bantuin dikasih.
Thank you, Clive. Were it not for you, not to mention the wyvern tales.
I hope the soul in the hideaway is to their liking.
Why, these flowers bloomed in the bleak, black wastes of Waloed.
What's this?
A stolas quill. Or more precisely, my stolas quill. 'Tis said that an owl's feathers are steeped in the wishes it hears over its long lifetime. All those words just waiting to pour out onto the page. So consider this my wish for you, that one day you...
Well, when that day comes, thank you, Harpocrates.
Detail to tell. Oke, maknya.
So what do I owe the honor? So, will it be?
Ay, masih kurang Draxel dapat dari mana sih?
And?
Say what you will.
What do you think happened to Miss Midadol?
Sid, you have...
You didn't take apart another of Mid's contraptions.
She's barely ever around. In the clouds.
That's what I said, in the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind. When did you last see her?
Not long ago.
It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should be more careful around Miss Mididol's inventions. Oh, don't listen to her.
But who's gonna put Miss Mididol back?
Why don't I go and see if I can
You do that. She's in her...
Don't scare him.
Thanks for the warn.
Sini. Atas.
I will not let them be forgotten. Sid.
Of course.
It is an honor to find... My name is Herman. I've been with the Cursebreakers for some time now. And, I wish to be deployed to Ash.
No. I will not send good men and women to risk their lives needlessly. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve... I was raised in an orphanage. The Badbach Conservatory. Or rather, it was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children into mind. We were tortured until we feared no pain. Tormented until our hearts turned to stone. And few ever survived long enough.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many, but they must be remembered. The Institute was run with
You were a good for the fact.
Sid.
Too dangerous for you. I'll go to Badbach. I won't let you... You can start by telling me what...
Be the grace.
All right.
May the mothers guide you.
Do you suppose...
Misi depan udah. Jauh banget.
It's magic keeping the thing afloat.
Bentar siang deh, nggak tahu.